MuscleTV, proudly brought to you by Maxines, for the body you want, and Maxes, because life's too short to be small.
There's no cure for this one! 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 This one! This one! This one! There's no cure for this one!
Hello everyone, I'm Tony Doherty and welcome to another fantastic week of MuscleTV. We've got a terrific show in store for you. As tonight, folks, strength and fitness guru Dirk Lamb's back with a conditioning routine that will test even the most advanced trainer, and challenge mind coach Craig Harper shows how to get it done when he takes us through a short, sharp and very effective chest and arm workout. All this and more, folks, but first up, personal trainer Sam Hanna is going to take us through a terrific workout that's going to give your shoulders and legs a real working over. Take it away, mate.
Today we're going to be doing a shoulder and leg routine, and typically we use this type of workout for people that are going to be entering a bodybuilding contest. 2 weeks out from a show or 3 weeks out from a show, you want to reduce the load that you're lifting, so you don't want to lift a ton of weight. We want to increase the intensity, reduce the rest time, and we sort of kill two birds with one stone. So we're getting muscle conditioning and also the cardio effect as well. This workout applies to people that are finding that their workouts have become a bit stale. This is a good way to re-inject some enthusiasm back into your workouts. The exercises we've chosen today, basic exercises that everybody knows, but with a little twist. So for example, the first exercise that we've chosen for the leg workout is the front squat with a 1 1/4 at the bottom. So we slow down the movement. Chris will squat right down to the floor, come up 1/4 of the way, back down, and then all the way up. And that is a completion of 1 rep. Today we're using an athlete by the name of Chris May. This is his second year as a competitive bodybuilder. He's 84 kilograms roughly, and in this season he'll be competing in 2 shows. Once we've done the front squats, we're moving on to a leg extension. So an isolated movement, we're going to perform 30 repetitions. So it's a series of drop sets. So the first set will be 10 repetitions, then we reduce the weight by about 20%, then he'll be asked to perform another 10, and then reduce by another 20%, and then another 10. So you ideally want to start with around 40% of your 1 rep maximum. So if your 1 rep max is 100 kilograms, you want to start with around 40 kilograms. So again, it's not the weight that we're concentrating on, it's more the technique, the contractions, and the control of the movement, aiming for maximum time under tension. For this exercise, we're going to choose a 2-second positive, a pause, and a 2-second negative for each rep.
Last one.
Following the leg extension, which is an isolation movement, we're going to move into a compound movement, which is the hack squat. In this exercise, we're aiming for 10 repetitions. The foot stance is going to be slightly different. We're going hip width apart, so a slightly wider position in the feet, and we're also going to concentrate on putting the load on the balls of the feet. It emphasises more of a contraction in the quadricep muscles. On this exercise, we'll be doing 10 repetitions with a 3-second negative and a 3-second positive. From there, we're going to move on to our next exercise, which is the walking dumbbell lunges. I chose this exercise because there's a bit of a distance between the hack squat and the lying leg curl, which is our 5th exercise in the series of giant sets. So rather than walking over to the lying leg curl machine, I've chosen the walking dumbbell lunge exercise. We're going to try and get Chris to maintain upper body posture and work the legs as hard as possible. Here we're going for a 2-second negative and more of an explosive movement on the way up. We're going for between 12 and 15 repetitions. We're going for full range motion with this exercise. The leading leg, we push forward, open up the hips. The back leg will be touching the floor, so we want to go as deep as possible.
2, 1.
The lying leg curl is our 5th exercise, and here we're going for a 1 1/4 at the top. Chris will curl the weight up towards his glutes. He'll come down 1/4 of the way for 2 seconds, back up to the glutes, and then all the way down, full stretch. So what we're aiming to do here is push the hips into the pad, isolate the hamstrings as much as possible, toes pointing in a neutral direction, so we're taking the calf out of the exercise, and it's going to be full hamstring contraction. If for any part of the range of motion that you lose tension on the muscle, then you've lost form. Something to remember when we're doing this, when you perform 5 exercises like how we're going to do in this sequence, we only encourage like a 10-second rest between exercises, so the time it takes for you to move from one exercise to another.
2,
2 minutes rest, and then we repeat again. Deliberate, come on, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Well done. For the next part of the giant set exercises is the standing military overhead press. He'll press the weight above his head, come back down towards the chest, up to about forehead level, back down to the chest, and then a full press at the top. A lot of people get this exercise wrong, so what we've chosen is a split stance. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back with bend in the knee. And we're going to engage the core, engage the shoulder blades at the back together to offer support, lock them in so he's nice and tight. We'll be performing 5 sets, a total of 6 reps. Shoulders back. With the second exercise, we've chosen a side lateral raise. It's not a large muscle group, so there's no need to really go overly heavy. Chris will be standing in an upright position, and there's absolutely no movement in the upper body. The only things that are moving is his arms. We're going for a cable instead of a traditional dumbbell here, because I find that basically the muscle's under tension for 90%, 95% of the movement. So all the way through, right up to the top, right down to the bottom, the muscle's under maximum tension. Okay, we're doing 5 sets with a maximum of 10 repetitions. Before. Upright row, yeah. The next exercise we've chosen is the upright row with a straight bar. Chris has got a slight injury in his wrist. I picked up a little tip where you use lifting straps, and we're lifting straight up to the chin, pausing at the top, and then all the way down. So we're going for 12 to 15 repetitions with that exercise. When playing around with this exercise, I'd go really light to start with. Generally, as a rule, you want to go around shoulder width apart. So we're trying to lift the elbows up as high as we can in a V shape, so the elbows are almost pointing up towards the ceiling. Hold on. Keep your chin up, chest up, go. Come on, up. Following that, we're moving into a group of 3 exercises. The first exercise in the group of 3 is the polyplane side raises. For people at home who haven't seen this exercise before, it's quite challenging. So you're concentrating on lifting your chest up, chin up, shoulders retracted. You raise the dumbbells up to your shoulders, you kick your elbows up high, kick dumbbells out, and then slow tension on the way down. And again. Drop, pick up the lighter ones. Traditionally, to build size, we look at more pressing movements. Seated press, overhead press, dumbbell presses, Arnold presses. But so close to competition, we've done all this in the off-season, so now it's time to fine-tune, improve the quality of those muscles. Last one. Good. So we're going to do 10 of those, followed by traditional front dumbbell raises. So we want a maximum intensity on the front delt. Hold. 2 more. Last one. Good. Now sides. And then we're coming back to the side raise again. So it's a total of 30 repetitions without break. 2 more. The weight we're using is very light, but the effect is maximum. Good. The last exercise we've chosen is the bent over rear delt cable raises. Again, we've chosen this exercise because it's maximum tension on the delts. His shoulders will already be shot by then, so to choose dumbbells, there's a high chance that he's going to be losing form.
3.
Generally, I've found when performing these exercises, towards the end of the workout, there's no weight on the actual pin-loaded machine. So even if you're not using a pin, if you're lifting the 5, that's totally normal. If you're adding weight on there, you might be doing something wrong. You might be losing form. So it's not necessarily, again, about the weight, it's about the technique and how you perform the exercise. Overall, we're doing a series of 3 rounds. Well, I love to use this type of training pre-contest, especially because you eliminate the use of cardio. There's no real need to do cardio after this sort of exercise. It breaks down the boredom. It's fantastic, you get great pumps out of it. There's always a change in terms of the amount of intensity that you're capable of achieving. Following having done one of these workouts before, everything else seems so much easier, and it's just a fun thing to do. Well done, Chris. Great session.